Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm going to give you my top 10 autumn fall designer fragrance list for 2024. This list, no shocker, will not be in any numerical order, and as well, these fragrances are going to be a little bit more expensive. I will be doing a cheapie list, but some fragrances in this list might be a little bit more affordable. But as well, I wanted to give you some fragrances that are great from the transition from summer to autumn, such as the first one, and that's going to be Prada Lunar Rosa. This is more of a spring and summer scent, but it's great from the transition from summer to fall when it's still warm out. This is not going to cut through like a cold November type of day, but some guys will wear this all year round, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this is a great fresh fragrance with loads of lavender, mint, it's got ambrette, there's a little bit of clary sage and some bitter orange as well. Overall, very aromatic with a lot of fresh lavender, I would say some clary sage, and as well going to be that mint. The base itself is just that musk. Overall, there is like a little bit of a musky airiness overall when it comes to this fragrance. This for me is more of a daily wear. It's great for work, you can wear it to school, and it's pretty much ageless, but I'm thinking someone in their 20s might appreciate it more than someone who's in their teenage years. Fragrance number 2 is a great gentleman's fragrance, and that's going to be Dunhill Mongolian Cashmere. This fragrance is not for everybody because it has a lot of orris. The orris in this does add that powdery undertone, and it's actually quite powdery. It's not like a Burberry Beret type of powder though. This is a little bit more tamer, but it's still there. You're going to get suede, there is amber, there's definitely geranium, a little bit of rose, that pink pepper. Very gently, and in my opinion, this can be a unisex fragrance. Heck, any fragrance can be a unisex fragrance. You know, if a lady likes something that's typically kind of masculine and they like it, then rock it, right? Same with the guys. If you like a fruity floral, then rock it. But this, in my opinion, is a unisex scent. It is marketed towards the gentleman, and pretty much Dunhill is just a gentleman's brand. It's just, they only cater to the guys out there. However, because of the rose, the orris, maybe a little bit of that geranium, it does add that femininity to it. It adds that gentlemanly quality. This is class. This is for someone who's refined, who likes fashion, who's all about manners maketh man, that type of stuff. This is for like the colder season, or as well when it's transitioning. Not when it's like, I would say, like, let's say in Celsius, when it's 15 or 18, but when it's like under 10 degrees Celsius, I would say in the 50 degrees Fahrenheit, this is a great scent for that type of weather. This, I would say, would not cut through like the cold Alaskan, typical Canadian type of winter. No. Fragrance number 3 is a great scent for the transition from summer to autumn. And I do think that you can wear this when it's getting a little bit cooler. Not when it's like, you know, like under like in the 30 degrees Fahrenheit, or even like when it's like under 8 degrees Celsius. But that's going to be Hermes H24 Oud de Parfum. This is a little old school with the moss. You're going to get some clary sage. There's going to be some Brazilian rosewood. That doesn't really add that old school feel, but the clary sage and the oak moss do. There's also going to be that narcissus that adds a little bit of a floral component. This is different than the original H24. I believe that one had a mineral note or something metallic in it. This does not. This is going to be a little bit more denser. It's going to be a little bit more thicker. And I find it's a little bit more mature than the original. This is classy. It's a little old school, as I did state. And I think that this might resonate a little bit more with someone who has taste such as this, right? Manners maketh man. This is a great suit and tie type of fragrance. It's everyday, but someone who's a little bit more classy, a little bit more formal. Fragrance number 4, this is a great gentleman's fragrance, and it does have the name Gentleman in it, and that's going to be Jashi Gentleman. This is the 2017 edition. This fragrance is actually quite nice. It does have a lot of iris to add that powdery undertone. It's got geranium, it's got a nice fresh pear in the opening along with pineapple. There is cardamom, and that lavender in this is actually quite nice. The base is going to be like a leather patchouli with a little bit of vanilla to it. Overall, it's like a fruity, fresh, powdery iris with some woods. Really nice. I would say when it comes to the gentleman line, there is that class to it, but I would say it's a little bit more playful. There is that youthful touch, but at the same time, it has that mature feel because it is classy. That iris and that geranium do add a little bit of an old school touch, and frankly, the class. But the pineapple in this, in that fruity pear, kind of give it a little bit of a youthful touch. I would say that this is for someone who is a little old school, a little serious, but at the same time knows how to have fun and can just kind of like let their guard down and just let loose. This is a great fragrance for someone who has a bit of a sense of style all the way to a suit and tie, daytime and nighttime. Fragrance number 5, if you love a good woody fragrance, I mean like a good, true woody type of fragrance. If you're an outdoorsman, you're gonna love D Squared Original Wood. As the name implies, original wood. There's a lot of woods to this one here. There's silver fir, cedar, Haitian vetiver. There's gonna be patchouli leaf. The opening has a nice violet leaf with a little bit of cardamom, and the base is gonna be quite musky and woody. It has a little bit of a bracing quality to it, very much like the original. I reviewed those years ago. Like when I first came in, like those videos, even my stuff today is a little cringy, but not like how it used to be. I reviewed this one here on top of, man, what was it? Grouse Grind in Vancouver, BC. I deleted the video, I wasn't happy with it, but this reminds me of that. This is a daily wear. I would say it's probably a great office fragrance, and it might resonate a little bit more with someone who's a little bit more older. A teenager can wear it, but it's not really sweet, it's not really playful, it's not sexy. You know, I'm thinking 25, even 30 and up would appreciate this one. Again, great for work, it's just great every day. To be honest, it's a solid, versatile fragrance, dressing it down all the way to a suit and tie. Fragrance number 6 is a discontinued gem that you can still get here and there. I reviewed this one at Scent Explorer 2022. I deleted the video just because I was not happy with the quality, and someone stated that it smells like a youthful scent. It does not. Hugo Boss Wool Musk. This is a very simple scent. It's got musk, cinnamon, and sandalwood. It's a very musky scent. There is going to be a powdery undertone. I'm not sure if that comes from like the musky sandalwood combination or not, but just musky, a little bit spicy, and of course woody. This is marketed as a unisex scent, but I think it leans a little bit more towards the guys. It's a gentleman's fragrance, not bad boy, because of that a little bit of that powdery undertone. The muskiness and the woody nuance, like the notes themselves, can be a little masculine, a little bad boy, but this is not like a rough and tough type of fragrance. This is class, this is elegance, this is not youthful, this is not playful, it's not sexy. Maybe a little sexy for the grown and sexy. I'm talking like James Bond type of sexy, okay? Not like your frat boy, not for your playboy. For me to really wear this, I have to be on my A game. I have to be about manners maketh man. I'm a bro, I'm a bit of a roughneck, I will admit, but I do have that gentleman component. Am I sophisticated? Not taking anything away from myself. No, I'm not. I'm just being real. But when I wear this, I feel mature, I feel proper. This is a great suit and tie fragrance. It's a great scent for someone who's a little old-fashioned, a little traditional, but a little bit modern. You have to have that sense of style to pull this one off. Fragrance number 7 is a great scent for the transition from summer to autumn, and that's going to be D&G Dolce & Gabbana Put almost said light blue, but no, this is a little old school as well. So there's a few fragrances in this list that's a little old school, but it does have that modern touch. This is the 2012. This does get a lot of comparisons to the original, which unfortunately I have not smelled. I really wish I did, but this does have a little bit of an old school vibe. This has citruses such as bergamot, there's mandarin orange, there's going to be that neroli, but I find it's the lavender and that sage that add a little bit of a traditional old school touch. The base is going to be like a tobacco and cedar itself. Overall, it's classy, it's a little mature, it's a great signature scent. I would say that this is what a dad would smell like, whether that dad is 35 or 55. This just, I feel, would be a great father fragrance. It's versatile, dressing it down, something like this, all the way to a suit and tie. Fragrance number 8 is another great scent from the transition from summer to autumn, and that's going to be Bulgari Man Glacial essence. This is quite crisp. It is aromatic. It's quite invigorating. So you're gonna get ginger and geranium. There's definitely the juniper berries that adds that aromatic touch. There's gonna be the artemisia that adds a little bit of an old school touch, but there's a lot of woods of sandalwood, cedar, and clearwood. And let's not forget, this is quite musky. Overall, it's very woody, aromatic, and musky. For me, that's what this is, with maybe a little bit of fresh spices of ginger. The ginger in this is not really long lasting, it's kind of short lived, but overall just woody, musky, quite aromatic. It's a great spring scent, and because of that, I think that this would be a great transition from summer to autumn. This is a great everyday scent. This fragrance, for me, is kind of like this one here. It's a great dad fragrance. It's a fragrance for someone who only wants a few fragrances in their collection. Number 9. This is a great old school fragrance that was relaunched, modernized, but it came out in 2011. That's going to be Trussardi Uomo. The original came out, I believe, in the late 70s or early 80s. This is a little old school, a little vintage, but again, it's modern. This has citruses of lemon and bergamot. It's a little green in the opening with that galbanum. The mid is going to be geranium, clary sage, and violet. I would say I would get more clary sage in the violet. The violet itself adds that powdery undertone. And the base has leather, oak moss, and patchouli. But I feel I get more of the patchouli and the oak moss than the leather itself. But more people are going to get that leather. Just a little old school. This one here, very much like these two. And this one here. I just find that the Trussardi is gonna be a little bit more, I don't know, maybe slightly more versatile than the other three, except for maybe this one. This is a great signature scent. Dressing it down, sense of style, all the way to a suit and tie, really all the way to a tuxedo, in my opinion. If you're looking for just a few fragrances, I'm saying like 6 fragrances or less, this is something that you might want to look into. And this one here is. This one, including this one, are going to be the most affordable ones in this list. You can get this for under $35 Canadian. And last but not least, this is classy, but it's a little sexy. And that's going to be Robert Graham's Valor. This, very much like this one here, is a very simple scent with only 3 notes. Coffee, sage, and amber. I would say it's more coffee, then it's going to be amber, then it's going to be the sage. It's actually quite nice. Robert Graham has got some very flashy, some very flamboyant type of menswear, in my opinion. They're not for me. I like a little bit of color in my life sometimes. You know, a lot of the colors that I wear are a little darker because it's more slimming. But sometimes when I want to add a little bit more flair to my wardrobe, I reach for something not as flashy as that. His wardrobe is a little bit too much for me, but this is a great autumn, but as well winter fragrance. I would say it's more of a night out fragrance. You could wear this to work if you want, but for me it's a great night out fragrance. It's not a formal night out, but it's like a fun night out. Whether it's just like a casual type of date, or like you're doing something, like you're going skating, you're going for like a nice walk in the park, you're going out window shopping with your significant other or girlfriend, whatever. It's a great scent for that. Very underrated. This one here is going to be a little bit more expensive in this list. Ranges anywhere from $90 to $110 Canadian. And guys, that is my top 10 autumn fall designer list for 2024. Any reviews that I've done on any of these fragrances, they will all be down in the description box below. And if you like this very video, please leave a thumbs up. It shows YouTube and those lousy ass algorithms that you like this type of content. Trust me, I hate asking, but it does show YouTube. Everything is about engagement and everything when it comes to this platform. What videos to watch next? Well, because this is an autumn list, if you want to see previous years, please check out right here. And again, leave me one of these. Thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.